شو راح يصير، وين راح يكون وين راح يكون وين راح تكون الدائرة. فلذلك هذه من الأشياء المهمة اللي لازم يكون الواحد يعنى فيها كأهداف استراتيجية. طبعا هاي تعريف مدينة نابلس. احنا بنعرف مدينة نابلس هي عبارة عن مدينة موجودة في الضفة الغربية بعيدة عن القدس حوالي 50 كيلومتر، وهي مدينة استراتيجية وهي مدينة رومانية، وهي من أقدم المدن التي لا زالت يعني تعيش على الأرض أو فيها سكان، وتعتبر خامس مدينة بهاي القصة. طبعا هذا هو القنوات الرومانية القديمة اللي كانت توزع المياه. هاي هي القنوات اللي كانت توزع المياه لكل مدينة نابلس، وكان زي ما بقولوها يعني قنوات تسقى من النبع الرئيسي في المدينة. طبعا بعد ذلك تحولت هذه القنوات اللي كانت تسقي مدينة نابلس بعد ما انعملت شبكة المياه، تحولت إلى يعني وكانها سوج يعني مياه مجاري تخدم أيضا البلد القديمة، وأدى في أكثر من مرة إنه يصير فيه تلوث. أول تلوث يجوز مسجل في مدينة نابلس هو كان بسنة 1917، أعلم الحاكم العثماني وأخذ إجراءات وأخذوا عينات وتم فحص، وبعدين فصل عملية المياه عن المجاري. في سنة 1917 أول حالة تلوث سجلت في مدينة نابلس، مسجلة مكتوبة. طبعا هذا بأرجيك خلينا نقول عيون السقي. كان في مدينة نابلس أكثر من 30-40 عين. هذه عين يعني عيون مياه تشرب منها الناس، وهي كانت يعني فري للناس للبلد القديمة، وبتقضي مصالحها كلها، وكانت حتى تعبي منها السقاية هذول اللي كانوا يلفوا ويعطوا المية للناس. طبعا هون بنطلع على برضه محاولة لخارطة اللي بنسميه السبرينجز. طبعا الينابيع في مدينة نابلس هي سنة 1000 مستخدمة من القدم، وأصلا مدينة نابلس بنيت لهي الينابيع، بنيت على أساس أن هناك ينابيع. وبسنة سنة 1920 بدأت عملية أنه هذه بدأت البلدية تستولي عليها وتحفظ حقوق الناس من خلالها، وتعطيهم حقوقهم مقابل أنها تعملها للببليك كمشروع مياه. هذا أيضا منظر من مناظر النبع. هذا نبع راس العين المكتوب عليه بدك تمشي حوالي خلينا نقول 150 متر داخل جبل حتى تصل هذا المنظر الجميل الخلاب. وأنا بشبهها دائما زي عكنك أنت بتعمل غوص في البحر، فبكون فيه هدوء. وهذه أيضا القريون، هي أيضا مدينة نابلس بنيت حوالين القريون. وهاي كمان عين العسل، واللي هي نتيجة الإجراءات اللي قامت فيها بلدية نابلس. تم حمايتها بمعنى عزلها وأصبحت غير ملوثة، ولأول مرة يسجل في هذه السنين 0 تلوث قبل الكلور، لأنه بعد الكلور شيء بس قبل الكلور 0 تلوث. وهذا الشيء يعني إنجاز يعني مسبوق غير مسبوق، شيء ممتاز جدا انك انت نبعتك اللي انت بديت فيها. كثير من البلدان اللي بدت بالنبع ما حافظت على النبع، والنبع اصبح يعني خلينا نقول في خبر كان. طبعا هذا ايضا على مصادر اخرى، احنا بنحكي عن مصادر اخرى اللي بتزود مدينه نابلس. هاي الابار في اودلا بادان، هذه كلها ابار. ايضا الثانيه كلها بدها حفاظ على قضيه الكواليتي. خلينا نقول مهم جدا نعرف انه هذه عن السبرينجز، بدنا نعطي فكره عن كل واحد سبرينجز. طبعا ان شاء الله هذه بتكون منشوره، فاعتقد انه متوفره الديتيل عليها. هذه مناظر لنبعات، لان منظر للنبع جوا للطريق. النبع ما ترك انه يخرج يفجر لحاله، لا بيفجر من خلال مواسير اذا بتطلعوا على وبتدققوا النظر عليه. طبعا بنقول انه النبعات في مدينه نابلس في بعض الاحيان، او مش في بعض الاحيان، في بعض الشتويات تقعد شهر كامل او شهر ونص او شهرين طافين الابار، ونعتمد اعتماد كلي على النبع. النبع قد يصل في بعض الاحيان الى 300 متر مكعب بالساعه، وهذا طبعا من انعم الله علينا. هذه السنه لا، طبعا هاي سنه يا لطيف، سنه جفاف، الله يعافينا يا رب ويسقينا الغيث. هاي مناظر للنبعات ايضا، وتعريف لكل نبعه بنبعتها. وايضا هذه كلها المداخل تبعتها هي مداخل قديمه، مداخل رومانيه، وعبر التاريخ كانت موجودة وكانت تفيد. هاي أيام عين بيت الماء نبعة كانت تزود سباستيا اريا من مدينة نابلس. وهذا نفس الشيء. طبعا الإجراءات اللي تمت إنه تم دراسة جميع الخطوط المجاري حوالين النبعة، وتم إعادة تأهيلها بشكل إنه ما يكون في أي ليك منها على المياه المطر. الووتر كواليتي هي طبعا تحسنت، وهي احنا في جدول ببين هذا الشيء كيف نوعية المياه اللي عندنا. طبعا لا مجال للدخول للتفاصيل تبعته، بس هذا من سنة 68 في عندنا داتا يبين في كثير من الأمور المبينة جميع عناصر المعادن اللي تم فحصها. هون برضو كمان قضية اللي بتبين الشهادة اللي احنا بنعملها فحص، طبعا بالتعاون مع الجامعة الموجودة هناك جامعة النجاح الوطنية، بيكون فحص خلينا نقول شبه شهري وشبه في بعض الأحيان أسبوعي. وكل ما اشتت الدنيا وزاد الشتاء برضو بنرد بنفحص حتى نتأكد إنه كل الوضع عندنا من ناحية البوليوشن ما في أي بوليوشن. النتائج اللي حققناها بتشجع إنه احنا هذا هو الوضع اللي أنت ممكن تتخيله كان موجود طبعا، وهذا كان ناتجه بشكل مباشر تلوث مخيف على النبعات تبعت مدينة نابلس، حتى أننا لم نعد نستطيع استخدامها في بعض الأحيان. ولك أن تتخيل أنه 100 كوب أو 200 كوب أو 300 كوب بالساعة تروح على المجاري. كانت مأساة كبيرة. لما أنهينا الوضع وأنهينا عملية الإيصال وعملنا مجاري خصوصي، رجعت النتائج كما قلنا كان في عندنا كثير أشياء منيحة، ومعا وسويا إن شاء الله إلى مياه آمنة ومياه عادلة وتوزيع عادل، لأنه الآن أصبح المياه قليلة، فإحنا نسعى أن يكون هناك توزيع عادل لهذه المياه. وشكرا لكم وشكرا لحسن استماعكم.
شكرا مهندس Imad al-Masri. Thank you for your presentation and a very nice presentation for us. Now we have the last presentation will be from two experts about research and improving efficiency, availability and management of water resources in the South Lebanon. Two colleagues will be Katherine from the Action Against Hunger and the engineer Alejandro. Yes? Yes, you are right. Castillo, from the technical advisor for this project. Welcome, please.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for this final session. Yeah? Okay. We're here today on behalf of Action Against Hunger to present research on improving efficiency, availability, and management of water resources in South Lebanon through governance. We had planned to show a video, but for the sake of time, I think we'll skip that today. And just move on to explain the broad scope of Action Against Hunger and the goals through our current programming, which aim to empower public institutions, ensure the management of resources, to improve water, wastewater, and community health strategies, to provide universal access and coverage, and to ensure humanitarian water and wastewater service delivery for those with least access by implementing more cost-effective solutions to reach them. In the management of integrated resources, we act as an actor to support our implementing partners on the sector gap mapping and analysis, in strengthening and building local and national private and institutional capacities, and in working to create action for change and improvement. 2/3 of Lebanon's natural water resources are contaminated at source level, which is up to 90% in urban areas. Protecting and delivering this water is effectively impossible because of dilapidated infrastructure, insufficient staff, and irregular power. Half of Lebanon's transmission networks need repair, while almost half of all piped water vanishes as non-revenue water. So here are some of our sectoral water and wastewater strategies. You can see that production, transmission and distribution, and wastewater are some of the primary strategies. Through production, just a few points which are important are to maximize the potential and improve the quality of surface water resources, to improve management and protection of groundwater resources, moderate extractions, and to promote artificial recharge, and consider the resource as a strategic reserve. So according to the National Water Sector Strategy, officially adopted by the Lebanese government in March 2012, the Ministry of Energy and Water is responsible for strategic planning, major investment, conservation, and regulation. Meanwhile, the South Lebanon Water Establishment and the LRA are in charge of water distribution and monitoring, one for domestic use of water and the other one for irrigation and natural sources. As an implementing partner, ACF is committed to the review and updating of priority sector strategies and frameworks, and in particular support the development of a national water quality monitoring program, including measures to assess quality along the supply chain from source to end user, and a national end user feedback mechanism. And here you can see some of the partners with whom we currently work. The overall objective in the South, so our primary aims down there are to improve essential water infrastructure, promote efficient management of resources, and to strengthen public institutions. And here you can see the areas where we work in South Lebanon, mostly along the border. So the work of Action Against Hunger aims to strengthen local and national institutions with committed support to the Ministry of Energy and Water, to the water establishments, and to key ministries in Lebanon's broader political economy to deliver better and more comprehensive client-focused service. And now Alejandro will tell you how.
Yeah, good afternoon. So basically we're gonna go now through how are we working in the South and what are we doing there jointly with the South Lebanon Water Establishment just to improve the water resources in the South. So basically we're doing this through two research plans or studies, which are the Sustainable Water Integrated Management Plan and the Water Safety Plan. Basically how water is managed and what can we do about water quality. And then a capacity building plan which acts as an action plan to improve, to enhance like the findings of those plans. So basically, we're working on the water service area of Bentishbel, as Kate says, in both in Marjayoun and Bentishbel districts, close to the border with Syria and Palestine. And what we're doing, basically, we're updating and mapping the components of the water supply system, which are really complex. As you may know, after the war in 2006, most of the network was destroyed. So the network has a lot of backups. I mean, the public network has a lot of backups. So we believe that updating and mapping the whole resources and components of the water supply system was really important. Then the management plan also schedule how to deal with the water supply for the area. And then we, jointly with the water establishment, we target the Taibe water treatment plant as one of the main assets of the whole area of Bentishbel, as it was supplying water to more than 50 towns and villages in the whole district. So we studied and we realized that Taibe treatment plant was closed during several months. So how it's operated and why it was closed was one of the main targets of this study. Just for you to see, I mean, this is a broad analysis and how the system is operated. That's very kind of a diagram where you see there's a lot of storage, there's a lot of wells, springs, plus the public network and the water coming from Taibe. So the main challenges we found, as I was saying, was, I mean, one was related to Taibe treatment plant, which was closed during winter months due to high turbidity. This lacking access of water, access of water for the public network, and of course leading to irregular water supply, which where distribution is then not planned but done in a as needed basis. And also this was enhanced by a lack of water supply procedures. So again, there's no schedule basis and water supply is not documented. Results and gaps. So the starting point was the existing state. Then we draft like this water plan, management plan, where we realized that changing percentages in demand and percentages in sources used will lead the water will make the water establishment capable of not only provide an effective service to all the villages, but also to have a surplus. That's what we've called the improved state. And well, I have to say that, I mean, this project is something that we are implementing now. We've been working 1 year now, and there's still another year in the run. So our aim is to reach that optimized state in which the water establishment will be able to manage really effectively their resources, for obtaining a surplus in the water supplies. So main recommendations were one regarding infrastructure, which was like a new design and extension of the intake basin of the Taibe treatment plant, which is taking water from the Litani River. So basically building a new sedimentation pond, a new sedimentation basin to allow turbidity decrease to below 20 NTU, and then subsequently allow pumping all the water to the treatment plant. And the other two recommendations come in form of improved operations and management and enhancing the reporting system to have a proper record of the demand and the flow measurements. Here you have two pictures of the works we are conducting now in the Litani catchment, in Taibe treatment plant. So this is related to management, and now related to quality. We have been developing the water safety plan, which is a step-by-step methodology, which first of all as well does a description of the existing water system, which, as I was just mentioning, it's quite complex. Then the main aim was to identify sources of pollution, hazards and risks, and of course have a revision of how South Lebanon Water Establishment is doing the quality monitoring. Right. Sorry. So this analysis was conducted on the main supply system, targeting the surface water sources, basically Litani River, Wasani Spring, and Rasaline Spring. Then the treatment systems and the surface water supply, the groundwater sources, and the storage capacity of the water establishment. Again, main challenges we found, similar to the management plan, was no formal reporting mechanisms. There's also a lack of technical skills in some of the staff of the water establishment. There was no continuous monitoring on residual chlorine in the whole system. And then Taibe treatment plant, which is quite a new and advanced plant, has an ozonation unit and a flocculation system, which is not working. So results and findings also came in a pollution hazard table, in which we analyzed different sources of pollution hazards and the risk. and the risks they are for the system, and also in forms of recommendations, which, not to extend a lot the presentation, will be basically, of course, to repair and operate chlorination systems, to protect underground water sources, to ensure septic tanks, if they're properly designed, if they're polluting or not the groundwater. And this has been also, I mean, a biggest problem with the influx of the Syrian refugees, but also to do an active monitoring program and have data management procedures revamped. And just to finish, those two research plans are tending to action through the capacity building plan, which is basically providing training and enhancing skills for the water, the water establishment, and also targeting certain staff and developing training programs. So, as main conclusions and findings, we realized that it was very difficult to gather any data about the operation and supply distribution systems, that operation and distribution water supplies were not adhering to formal schedules, and there were no records